Okay, Torah concept in the New Testament. Walk in wisdom in Colossians chapter 4 means conducting oneself with discernment, intentionally and covenant-shaped judgment toward both God and others. The Torah lays the foundational patterns of wisdom as a lived, practiced, walked, rooted in obedience, fear of the Lord, and careful discernment in daily life. So the Torah parallels. 1, Deuteronomy chapter 4, Israel is told that keeping God's statutes will display wisdom and understanding before the nations. 2, Deuteronomy 30, God sets before Israel life and good, calling them to walk in his commands as the wise path. 3, Deuteronomy 32, Moshe laments that Israel lacks wisdom to discern their end, showing wisdom as practical, forward-looking discernment. 4, Exodus 18, Moshe is instructed to teach Israel the status and the way they must walk, linking wisdom to learned practiced judgment. 5, Leviticus 18, Israel is commanded to walk in God's ordinances which produce life, grounding wisdom and obedience. 6, Deuteronomy 10, walking in God's ways includes fearing him, loving him, and keeping his commands, the Torah's core definition of wisdom. 7, Numbers 27, Joshua is filled with the spirit of wisdom, showing that wisdom for leadership and conduct is God-given and covenant-aligned. Okay, so the context here is that Paul's instruction to walk in wisdom toward outsiders echoes the Torah's vision of living out God's commands in a way that displays wisdom to the nations. The Torah's wisdom is not abstract knowledge, but a lived pattern of obedience and discernment and covenant loyalty that shapes how God's people interact with the world. Paul applies the same framework to believers in Messiah, calling them to embody a life shaped by God's revealed will so that their conduct becomes a testimony of divine wisdom. Walking in wisdom is thus the continuation of the Torah's call to live in a way that reflects God's character and order. So the core insight here is that the Torah presents wisdom as a way of life, an obedient, discerning walk that reflects God's character to the world. Paul's call to walk in wisdom builds directly on this foundation, urging believers in Yeshua to embody the same covenantal discernment in their daily conduct, especially before those outside of the faith. So again, this is how Paul taught Torah in the New Testament. The Torah has not passed away.